Today I'll be making some honey garlic hot sauce. This stuff is the definition of sweet and spicy. So what are we waiting for? Let's turn up the heat. So to make this sauce, we're going to need about 15 to 20 habaneros, anywhere from like 3 to 5 red jalapeños or any other red pepper. These are mostly just to add some good color to the sauce. And then I'm going to be using 7 cloves of garlic. Now I'm also going to use half a cup of honey, about 2 cups of white vinegar, half a teaspoon of salt, and about a quarter cup of lemon juice. Start out by cutting off the stems of your peppers and adding them to the blender. You can remove the seeds if you want to, but it's not at all a requirement. Next, I'm going to move on to my jalapeños. Just cut the stems off of those and add them to the blender. After your peppers are added, I'm going to go ahead and add my garlic. So I'm just going to add all 7 of the cloves right to the blender. Next, I'm going to go ahead and add 2 cups of vinegar. This is a nice handy 2-cup bottle, so I don't even have to measure it. So I'm just going to add all 2 cups right in here. And this vinegar is what's going to help give your sauce the acidity so that it lasts a lot longer. Next, I'm going to add half a cup of honey. Now, quick tip, if you spray the inside of your measuring cup with a little bit of cooking oil, it'll help it so that the honey just slides right out. So I'm just going to go ahead and measure out half a cup. Honey's just so thick. And then just go ahead and dump it right on in. After the honey, I'm going to go ahead and add half a teaspoon of salt. Measure that out. And salt will help improve the flavor as well as it'll help preserve the sauce a little bit. And lastly, I'm going to measure out a quarter cup of lemon juice. Now this lemon juice has citric acid in it, which is really good at preserving the color of foods. So it'll help preserve that beautiful orangish red color of this sauce once it's done. So just a quarter cup should do it. So I'm going to dump that on in there. And once all of your ingredients have been added, go ahead and blend it until it's the right consistency that you want. So I'm going to blend this until it's pretty liquidy. Once your sauce is done blending, we're going to grab a saucepan and head on over to the stove. Over to the stove, we're going to use a strainer and we're going to strain our sauce through here into the saucepan. Basically what this will do is remove any chunks or seeds or anything like that that didn't blend in here, because I don't want that in my sauce and I'm sure you guys don't want that in your sauce either. So see that? The strainer's going pretty slow, so that means there's a lot of chunks in here, so it's going to be good to strain those out. Once your sauce is done draining, you can go ahead and set this stuff aside. These are all just like the chunks that were left over. Don't throw it out though, because there's going to be an awesome way that I'll show you guys in the video to turn this into a good kitchen spice. You can kind of just keep around and put on burgers or steaks or whatever. So set this aside, and then we're going to start up our oven or our stove, and we're just going to bring this thing up to a boil. And then once it's boiling, we're going to reduce it down to a simmer, and we're going to simmer it for about 15 minutes. Now in the meantime, while you're simmering that, take a second pot full of boiling water and set all of your bottles into it, and that'll help sanitize your bottles. And just make sure to keep stirring this sauce the whole time so that nothing sticks to the bottom and burns. After about 15 minutes, you're going to go ahead and take your sauce, and you can turn off the heat for now. And we're going to go over here with a funnel, and I'm just going to kind of use a ladle to scoop it out of here. And what we're going to do is we're just going to scoop, might be a little full there, scoop and pour. Really carefully so you hopefully don't spill it. Just like that. Scoop and pour. And there's one. So I've got these little reducers, and since this sauce is really liquidy, I'm going to go ahead and put the reducer on. And that'll just make it so that you don't just dump all the sauce all over everything. And then go ahead and put your lid on. It's really hot, ow. And then this is the hot fill method, so you're going to fill it while the sauce is still hot, and then flip it over. And what this will do is this will help sanitize the lid. If you want to make it a little bit easier to stand these up, go ahead and put your bottles back into the original box that they came in. So just go ahead and fill up all of your bottles and you'll be just about done. Thank you all so much for watching. If you tried out this recipe, please let me know in the comments what you thought. I have a lot of other hot sauce recipes on this channel, so make sure to check those out as well. Thank you all so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button and I'll see you next Friday.